to another episode. In the last episode, we just arrived back at anchor. We're waiting for some strong wind to come, and yeah, after the time before at anchor, obviously we had a fairly bad time, and we still hadn't solved the problems we had. So the battery still wasn't working, the house battery. So I was having to charge the laptop by running the engine, and yeah, this was the start of a long stretch at anchor. In real time, I'm editing loads of videos today, so if you keep wondering why I look the same every time you see a new video, it's because I've edited them all on one day while I'm in a port. So I hope you enjoy the episode, and I'll see you at the end of the episode. So morning one, so night one just passed at anchor. I'm going to do two videos on this. So this video is going to be, I'm going to do just an overall surviving however many days it will be at anchor, and like the food I've got. So that's still all in its bags, just so I can run you through it. So I'm going to do that, and then yeah, but this is going to be the actual just normal video. So basically got up this morning. Last night was fairly flat. Today's the start of the east winds. So point one, while I'm inside, I need to get tidied up, because every time I go to anchor, this table that's above me ends up staying up there. My laptop ends up being where I'm sat here now, and I end up like not living comfortably, and I don't really know why I do it. So I am going to get tidied up now, and because I think that will help, because while it's all a mess, it quickly becomes even more uncomfortable than it already is. So we're going to get tidied up, and then what we're going to do later is the boat behind me said, this is what when I was recording last night, and then the neighbouring boat told me that there's a boat that's washed up, half washed up, and it's just been abandoned on the other side of the cap that we're on. So I might row over with my one oar over to the side and go check that out. See if there's anything salvageable. If it looks like people have already started salvaging stuff from it, that is. But apparently the owner's just left it. It's come off its anchor or something, and he's just left it. So we're going to go around, see if anyone knows anything about it, have a bit of a look at that. Probably won't salvage anything off it, but the reason he told me is because he was asking where I was going, and I was like, I'm a bit stuck because I don't have a head sail. And he said, it looks like it's the same size boat as this, and there's a lot that's not there, but the head sail's still there, so it might be worth going and having a look. I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm going to go take a head sail off a boat that's been washed up, but I also aren't saying I'm not going to go take a head sail off a boat that's been washed up. But I'm probably not going to, am I? But we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to get tidied up. And then I've noticed, because obviously the house battery isn't working, last night I didn't have any lights, which, you know, I can cope, can't I? I've coped before without lights, but it's going to be a long time coping. That battery's too big to take it over to land and get it charged. So without going into a port and it charging for a good 12 hours, it's not going to charge up. And that's with a good battery charger, because it's a big battery. So that is maybe worth noting. If you was going to buy say the 100, and we'll make it simple, if you was going to buy a 200 amp hour battery or two 100 amp hour batteries and have them in parallel, I've read before what's better to do, and maybe one thing to think about if you're doing that is the battery charger you're going to need to get a 200 amp hour battery charged, whereas if you had two 100 amp hour batteries, you could do it off a smaller charger and it wouldn't take as long. Maybe it would take as long, but you'd be able to do it off a smaller charger, whereas I looked when I was just in the port if anyone had a charger, and no one had a charger that was big enough for the big battery. So if I'd have had two 100 amp hour batteries, I could get it off the boat. There's no way I'm getting that off the boat. Like, if you go back in time, back to one of the first episodes, it's that big one that I got the trolley to move when I was in Saint-Tropez, and it was hard getting it off the boat whilst being docked. So to get it off the boat whilst at anchor in the dinghy that's got water inside, yeah, it's a bad idea. But yeah, if I had two 100 ones, they'd be a bit more manageable because they'd probably be half as heavy. So that's something worth noting if you was thinking about that. But yeah, I'm going to get tidied up, and then for the other video I'm going to do, I'm going to run you through the shopping. But I might do that this afternoon because I want to go have a look at this boat. And today I'm actually going for lunch on another boat, so that's going to be the first time. So yeah, I'll let you know a bit more about that later on. But yeah, going to get tidied so that when the boat's rocking and it's going to be really windy soon, that it's at least cleaner than it is now. So that's the plan. Just to show you quickly, today the east wind is going to start. East is roughly that direction, so that's why we've come over here. So the wind's still going to be there. I've been watching that wind and it's dropped slightly. So when I first looked, the wind itself at its peak was at about 42, did I say? 42 kilometers, and the gusts were up to like 68-ish, I can't remember, but it's dropped a little bit, so now it's gone down to 38 at its max. So we want it to just keep dropping, but we want it to start dropping a bit more rapidly. But today is going to be good because today we're getting about 16, so we'll see what 16 from here is like. I'm hoping we don't really notice it, because if we don't really notice it, we know we're safe. We're also going to keep a count on how many boats are in the anchor, because a lot of them probably have a better idea of what to do than I do, and see how many of them bail out. If they all rapidly start to leave, then we should leave too, probably. So the sun has come out. Not many boats seem to have been rushing to leave. And the easterly wind, I don't think it's quite turned, because we're expecting it to come from over there, and it's coming from over there, which is still quite open water. So if we had, yeah, that's not the east. Tomorrow's wind is meant to come from over here, and we should see that start to change. As I say, the sun's come out a bit. A nice boat pulling in just there. And we're going over there, and for the first time on this channel, we're going for lunch on another boat. So it's going to break my fasting, is that what it's called? Fasting is what it's called, isn't it? I know it's what it's called because I do it most days. But that means getting in a dinghy, and it's a little way over there, and I've got one oar. But anyway, we spent all that time not seeing anyone else, so it's going to be a bigger boat than mine. But let's go over there. Just about to leave now, so that's what I'm going to do. Engine's been on a while, trying to get a video uploaded to YouTube. I need to clear the space, and yeah, I got the boat tidied up. It looks a bit tidier inside, so that's good. Look at that. That's the way I was going to go. I'm going to that boat just over there with like the burgundy boom cover / bimini. So I take the GoPro over. I don't like trying to put the GoPro in people's faces really, so we'll see. And I know one of them's watched a few of my videos, so they'll probably see this, but yeah. About halfway there. It's not so easy rowing with one oar. That's nice boat, isn't it? Anyway, better carry on paddling. So just been for lunch on Rosalie,
Yep.
do we say, with Fabian and Laura. So we had, what did we have? Some lamb?
We had shoulder of lamb with couscous, zucchini, tomatoes, there was some confit lemon.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm going to get a tow back because I've only got my one oar still. So Fabian's going to give me a tow back. And these guys are going to the Lerins Island.
Yay.
That's what happens when you don't tie your boat up properly. I don't know how close I can get to it because I didn't put my swimming shorts on. But it does have its Genoa still attached, and I really need a Genoa. I don't know how long it's been like that, but a Genoa might be salvageable. You can see like the keels being torn off, and the rudders also snapped off on the back. I didn't bring my swimming shorts, so I've got beard shorts on, so I don't want to get them wet. But see how deep I can go. Probably not to it. You can see like the electrics hanging out the bag on the bottom. It's just a bit of a mess, really. Like that's torn like a full hole in the bottom, that keel coming off. Does it matter if my shorts get wet? They're already a bit wet. It's a crisis. I should have brought my swimming shorts. But it doesn't even look like there's an interior to it anymore. Like the floor looks like it's come out of it. Unless it was just a mess before. My shorts are a mess now. But you can see the table floating around on the inside. Nobody's salvaging that. I reckon we come and see if there's any worthwhile parts on it. My shorts are wet. Oh. Shall I go get my swimming shorts, come back, bring a bag? I can see like a table floating around that's not rotten yet. But yeah. The beach is really busy, that's the only thing, so everyone's like looking at me. There's a rock next to this bottom part. My phone is in my pocket. See like half of bilge pump floating around at the bottom. That's not going to do much use now. I just got my shorts soaking wet. So I'm going to get my swimming shorts, come back and take a look maybe. So second morning at anchor, well it's the afternoon now. Yesterday evening we went for food and a wine on the boat that's just behind me. So that's a couple who have lived in Sweden for years. One's French, one's actually from here, and then one's Spanish. And they're on their way over to Corsica as soon as they get a chance. They're on like a 2-year adventure before going back into the real world. Yeah, and then we got back quite late. So actually yesterday, regarding my food survival, I went for 2 meals on 2 different boats. So doing well. Yeah, it's not the nicest day today. It's Friday, tomorrow's meant to be the windy day, but today's meant to be fairly windy too, and it's not that bad, so I think the wind is going to die down quite a lot. been editing some YouTube videos, had a coffee. I am going to go try read a book for a little bit. I'm just waiting it out. It's the 19th, so we've definitely at least got at least 11 more days to wait it out until we can really achieve anything. There's a boat, a shipwreck, and when I looked at it yesterday, so I've shown you a bit of that. It is tempting to go. No one's going back for that boat, are they? So could I salvage a Genoa from it? Maybe, but you know, it's a lot of work to get it off, and it's been under the water for at least a week, according to them guys. So yeah. I mean, yesterday in the afternoon I ended up just wandering around on the land for a little bit, and then I was came to getting back on the boat, and I don't want to sound like really sad, but you know, there's a bit of me was like, it's about 6 o'clock and it's like, I know there was going to be no lights on the boat, and yeah, it turned out I ended up going over there, but if not, I don't know what I'd done for the evening. Trying to catch up with editing videos. I could do with just going and plugging in though, because I've been running the engine for ages. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, doesn't it? So yeah, we're gonna probably go read a book for a little bit, have a bit of a break from editing the videos I've been doing all morning, and soon it will be tea time. So on the menu tonight, and the wind is picking up, I can hear it gusting, so it's getting a little bit scary, but we're out here. There's not a lot we can do about it now. So we're having lentils, so about 100 gram of them. I've not cooked them before. I'm hoping they just take as long as the pasta takes. So they're in there. I don't know if I have had them obviously where they've been in bits before, but never really to the point where I was trying to have them. I'm gonna have some pasta. So half a chorizo. And we'll throw one of these civet. I don't know what they're called. I have no idea what they're called. It's look a bit like a spring onion, but it's not a spring onion. Civet in French. Civet. Anyway, one of these. So the problem here is the lentils have made the pasta a bit mushy, but we're gonna add a bit of tomato puree in there, a few herbs and spices, and then we're good to go. We'll probably add a bit of feta as well, and then it'll be lights out time. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you could, I'm really interested to know how that looks to everybody, because I obviously did it. I know what it was like, but I always wonder on the videos when you're watching it, does it look like nice and peaceful out there, or do you see that, yeah, I'm probably eating once a day and yeah, it's not so easy. But yeah, I'd like to, if you could in the comments, just let me know how it comes across on the video, because obviously when I'm editing it, I remember what it was like. So I know when I said at the end of that video, like, and then it's lights out, I'd just eaten, I was just going to eat, and then was like, what do I do now? There's no lights on the boat. But it was nice to meet the people. Well, two different boats in this episode, so that was good. One day I got, you know, fed twice, which was really good. And yeah, the only other thing just to mention is I'm editing quite a lot of videos in succession. I'm going to put them on YouTube, but like queued, just while I'm in a port. So obviously I have my coffee page and Patreon, which people have been like, I really am super grateful for any support that's been on them. But if you know, if I don't mention or haven't mentioned, because you know, by the time this video now comes out, it's going to be like 3 weeks ish since. It's hard to explain. It's going to be like 3 weeks where there's going to be a gap basically where I won't re-edit the video now because it will just take too long. So if anybody has said anything in the comments, or I have to thank anyone, I will do it when I'm actually, when it happens. I don't know how else to explain it. I hope you know what I mean. But as always, thanks for watching. By the time this video comes out, I imagine I might have passed 500 subscribers because I'm close now. But as I say, this won't come out for a few weeks. And yeah, thanks for that. Like, when I first started this, I didn't know if anybody would ever watch it. And, you know, there's been a lot of episodes that are like doom and gloom, and people have stuck throughout that and still watch the episode, so that's great. Every week I see more and more, a few more subscribers. I lose some along the way, but that's going to happen, innit? So thanks for watching, thanks for all the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.